Are you intrigued by the things that go bump in the night? Have you ever gotten the heebie-jeebies when you pass by an old house? Ever desired to dance in a cemetery? Or even obsess over the dark and obscure? Well, me too. Hi, I'm Nicole, and strange topics are my specialty.
From the creators of the White Wednesday Radio Network and Lead Up Studios, this is The Dark with Nicole.
Hi, my bats and baddies. Welcome to spring. It's okay kind of vibe for me. I like spring and fall, but obviously things aren't dying in the spring, unfortunately. So let's talk about what's coming alive in the spring and talk about one of the top 10 deadliest plants. Not one of them, all of them, sorry. All 10
All
of them.
10 of them?
Yeah. I
Love
chose
it.
10 from the list of 20 because these are either common or you've heard of them but don't know what they do.
Okay.
Type of vibe.
I'm here for it. I'm here for the ride.
Okay. Number 1, deadly nightshade. Or the botanical name, Atropa belladonna. What does it do? Do you know what it does?
Me?
Yeah.
I've seen Practical Magic.
So according to the Missouri Botanical Garden, touching this plant can be harmful, particularly if you have wounds or cuts. It's best to wear gloves while handling the plant. All parts of the plants are toxic, as leaves, fruits, and roots contain hyoscyamine, scopolamine. That's going to happen a lot this podcast, people. For anticholinergic toxicity.
Anticholinergic toxicity?
Yes.
Does it?
Anticholinergic cholinergic.
You know what? I'm going to pull this up and try to
Thank goodness,
look
because
around.
it's a dinger. It's a purple blackberry poisoning, or the purple blackberry poisoning can include dilated pupils, vomiting, hallucinations, rapid heartbeat, delirium, and death. Here's a fun fact about nightshade.
Hyoscyamine
Yeah,
and scopolamine.
scopolamine. And then the next
Scopolamine?
word
Yeah.
is something toxicity.
Anticholinergic
Yeah.
toxicity.
Yeah.
I'm going to see what anticholinergic
Here's a fun fact,
means.
though. Okay. These things are in the nightshade family, and I had no idea. Eggplants, tomatoes,
What?
potatoes, and peppers.
You know what? I know that because either the Native Americans
Yeah.
didn't eat tomatoes because
Uh-huh.
they considered it poisonous, or the colonizers didn't.
Okay.
And someone had to teach someone
Yes.
that you could eat them.
Yes, that would make sense. But yeah, I thought that was crazy. I'm like, they're in the nightshade family?
So anticholinergic is anticholinergic.
It's not Jarrick.
Are
It's
colon-
Nergic. Nergic.
nergic. Anticholinergic. Nergic.
Told you it's hard.
It's a it blocks neurotransmitters.
Okay.
So it kind of like makes your
Just-
brain like
Yeah. That was beautiful. I decided to include some ways that people have used nightshade in the past.
okay.
Not as for murdering people, but take it as you will with all of these plants and all of the ways that I talk about. Despite its toxic nature, deadly nightshade has a long history of medical use. Early herbalists believed that witches used belladonna to felicitate flight and used the plant in pain-relieving salves. In the 1500s, Europe, healers used deadly nightshade, then called dwale, or dwal, to put patients to sleep while performing surgeries and cauterizations. Leaves were soaked in wine vinegar and placed on the patient's head. That was your...
That's what knocked you out. Because
Yes.
It was all those neurotransmitters.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a blocker.
Today, modern medicine utilizes the alkaloids found in belladonna when used When used by a qualified practitioner, belladonna may be used to treat motion sickness, tremor associated with Parkinson's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, spastic colon ulcers. The list goes on. Earache, joint pain, inflammation, gout, teething pain. Like, it's crazy.
Here, baby, just have a little bit of poison.
Eye
It'll
doctors
help.
may use belladonna drops to aid in pupil dilation for exams. It's also been used as an antidote for poison.
Isn't that weird?
Poison for poison. Isn't that crazy?
Eye for an eye, baby.
Yeah. Number 2, the manchineel tree. Botanical name, Hippomane manicella.
That one's easier to say.
Manicella. Yeah, way easier. This is considered the world's most poisonous tree and the most toxic fruit, called manchineel beach apple or the death apple. Little
love
Snow
it.
White vibes happening.
Yeah.
Once eaten, it tastes spicy, then causes a burning, tearing sensation in the mouth, and then causes tightening of the throat, which causes the inability to swallow anything. The tree produces leathery, lustrous, elliptic, yellow-green colored leaves, and the smoke that comes from burning it is so toxic that it can irritate your eyes and cause skin inflammation. Also, it produces a milky sap that can ooze from the twigs, bark, fruits and leaves, and can lead to severe blisters on your skin and even kill if you stand or sleep under the tree when it rains. Do not even touch this harmless looking tree or you will have to visit the hospital. Don't eat or touch any part of the tree. Don't burn it, as the smoke is toxic. Avoid standing under it when it's raining. You shouldn't even stand too close to the tree, as you could inhale the toxins.
It's that poisonous.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yes. So number 3 has a and a B because they're kind of alike. So there's 3A, the Easter lily, also known as Lilium longiflorum.
I think one of my dogs just farted.
Probably. Trumpet lily is also one of its names. Famous as the most massive part of Easter decorations, is dangerous, especially for cats. Even if your pet ingests the flowers or foliage in a small amount, it can cause acute kidney failure and death. All parts of the Easter lily plant are toxic due to the methylaxanthines and cause acute kidney failure and possibly death for cats who love to munch on Easter lilies. It is advisable to keep your children away from these lilies as well.
Oh, I love
3B. What?
Lily of the Valley.
I know. 3B, Lily of the Valley, also known as Convallaria majalis. Many gardeners' favorite and traditional wedding flower, the lily of the valley, contains toxic substances in high amounts that can cause death to humans and animals. It can also become a problem because the beautiful flowering plant is highly invasive.
Oh, but Lily of the Valley perfume is so nice.
I know. All of the plant's parts, such as roots, bulbs, stems, flowers, leaves, and berries, are toxic, as the plant contains more than 35 cardiac glycosides that can stop the heartbeat. It is dangerous for pets and children, but even an adult can die due to the ingestion of any part of the plant. Don't eat Lily of the Valleys.
Don't do it.
4, rosary peas. This one was interesting because, botanical name, Abrus precatorius. Rosary peas may sound very pious. Sorry, hold on.
Yeah.
Pardon me. But is poisonous in reality. It is famous for its use in making beads for rosaries and other ornamental jewelry across the globe. The seed contains a poison called abrin, one of the most fatal ones on the planet. Rosary peas contain a natural poison called abrin, similar to ricin, that you can find in the seeds of this plant. The initial symptoms of the poisoning by inhalation begin within 5 to 8 hours of the exposure, but it may take 18 to 72 hours to prove fatal. The symptoms can start in a few hours, but just repeated myself. The symptoms include fever, cough, difficulty breathing, nausea, chest discomfort, heavy sweating, that may turn into pulmonary edema and cause death. All right. If you look up giant hogweed, it looks like a plant that is around here.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
There was Therese had some in her backyard, and we
Yes.
didn't know if it was hogweed or this other plant.
Yes.
Because you don't want to fuck with hogweed.
Yeah. It's also known as Heraculum, Mantagasineum, Magayanism.
It sounds great.
Mm-hmm. It's a criminal offense to plant it in the UK. It looks cool, it says, but you should know that the sap of this plant is highly poisonous. Many children die every year because of this deadly plant. It contains poisonous chemicals called photosensitizing furanochromarians. Wow. When it comes in contact with human skin, it can lead to an acute skin reaction that is also highly sensitive to light. So the poisoning can lead to blisters on your skin, even
On touching it.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like just touching
like
the
just
plant. in
touching the
general.
plant. Yeah. One can go blind if the sap comes into contact and enters the eye. Also, entering the human blood system can lead to a painful and quick death.
Jesus.
Yeah. Welcome spring.
Yeah.
Nothing's dying, but it can kill you.
Yeah.
Tansies, also known as Tenacticum vulgare. Once upon a time, tansy was a valuable herb, but now it has fallen from grace. Many people grow this perennial for the golden pretty flowers that look like buttons. However, livestock growers fear this deadly plant as it is also poisonous to animals and humans. It contains a toxic chemical called something. I kind of went French there. According to reports, as little as 10 drops of tansy oil have killed people, and even tansy tea or powder is known to kill many. The symptoms include weakness, lethargy, walking in circles, difficulty in standing, staggering, jaundice, fever, gastrointestinal disorders, and
shits.
death. Yeah. So those also kind of look like something I've seen growing around here if you look them up, but
I'm gonna look at him.
yeah. They kind of remind me of the white weeds, the white flower weeds that you get, not the
They look almost like feverfew,
yeah.
but definitely when it full blooms, it looks like its own plant.
Yeah. Next, this one is a common flower.
Rhododendrons.
And azaleas.
Yeah.
They're both known as the same flower, just different layman's terms. They are fascinating, gorgeous blooms that look Instagram perfect, but only over a charming fence. So funny. The plant is intensely toxic, and consuming a leaf or a stem can cause abdominal pain, paralysis, respiratory problems, coma, and even death. The flower and the leaves are filled with a toxic substance called granotoxins that can prove to be fatal if ingested. Pets and children should be kept away from this plant, as the symptoms can include vomiting, nausea, salivation, dizziness, weakness, loss of balance, and death due to respiratory failure.
There's some right there at the
I
end
know.
of my driveway.
I know. That's why I was like, it's a very common flower around here, for sure. 8. Water hemlock, known as cicuta, or cicuta.
I would say cicuta. Kind of like a cicada.
That's what I
but a
was thinking.
cicuta?
Yeah. It's closely related to poison hemlock, one of the most intensely toxic plants in North America. This large wildflower is from the carrot family, is also confused with celery or parsnips. However, water hemlock is filled with poisonous cicutoxin that can cause death if ingested. The toxin is present in every part of the water hemlock, and the roots contain the highest concentration. If you ingest just 2 to 3 centimeters of the roots accidentally, you can experience nausea, vomiting, wheezing, sweating, dizziness, stomach pain, lethargy, delirium, uncontrollable bowel movements, and death.
Shit yourself and die.
Yeah. I mean, once you die, you shit yourself anyway, so...
Not unless you glue a cork in your butthole.
I mean, true. That would be a surprise for the coroner.
You're welcome. Put a
Fox-
secret message on it.
Yes, write a message inside your butt cheeks. Foxglove, known as digitails. The flowers, seeds, leaves, and stems are toxic. The berries and flowers both attract children, and they both can be fatal. So this is another beautiful flowering plant that should be kept out of reach from pets and everyone, really. If someone eats any part of this plant, the digitails and cardiac glycosides present in the plant affect the heart's function, resulting in an irregular heartbeat, headache, confusion, blurred vision, and death. Additionally, foxgloves are also toxic to touch, and though you may not necessarily experience any reaction, the poison can be transferred to the mouth, eyes, nose, or an open wound that can also cause the poisoning symptoms and death. Wear gloves always when taking care of foxgloves.
Side note.
Yeah.
Years ago, when I worked in the storeroom, I was writing a romance novel where it was a garden party and we were all named after flowers. And Shauna was foxglove.
I love that. I never heard about that. What was I? Do you remember?
No, lavender.
Oh, yeah, I
You were
was.
lavender.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know who was Poppy? We broke up with her.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So that garbage.
And number 10, a very widely known plant, tobacco.
Tobacco.
We all know how that can kill us, people. Also known as Nicotiana tabacum. Tobacco is one of the most popular commercial non-food plants grown in the world. All parts of this plant, particularly the leaves, contain anabasin and nicotine, which are lethal when eaten.
But not smoked.
Well,
We'll get there.
yeah. Nicotine is a natural poisonous substance that is found in tobacco products, but it is the same chemical that also makes tobacco products addictive. Tobacco companies are known to add ammonia compounds to cigarettes to mask the harshness of tobacco during the manufacturing process. This makes it feel smoother when smoked. Chewing its raw leaves can make you feel nauseous, vomit, abdominal pain, Sweat, increase in heart rate and blood pressure, hypernia, or heavy breathing and death. The lethal dose of nicotine when inhaled is 50 to 60 milligrams in an adult, according to the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health. When chewing or swallowing, tobacco can lead to sweating, drowsiness, shaking, confusion, vomiting, seizures, and may even be fatal.
So how does chew work then? People who chew.
I'm sure they probably dilute it somehow.
With the ammonia.
With the ammonia. Ingesting ammonia.
You know what plant was not listed on there? What? Marijuana. Why?
That wasn't even not toxic. It wasn't even on the top 20 list that I saw.
So quit smoking your cigarettes. Switch to hemp.
So there's your death in spring. You're welcome. And take all the information I gave you however you would like and do whatever you would like.
Again, this is how to not use them.
Yes.
Full discourse.
Full disclosure. Full disclosure. FBI, stop looking at my search engines. Enjoy death. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to The Dark, a White Wednesday Radio Network production. Our executive producer is Dustin from the Lead Up Studios team in St. Louis, Missouri. Be sure to like, follow, and share us with your friends on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and more by searching White Wednesday. You can find The Dark on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and more.